Hello. I'm for studying game development with you guys. In this video, we will learn how to control in viewports in the Unreal Engine 5 level editor. To learn how to control in viewport, we'll launch Unreal Engine and create a new project. We will select the project category as games, and we will select the template as the default. Leave the project settings as they are and click the Create Project button to create a new project. Once the project is created and the Unreal Editor is launched, a viewport with a level with tables and chairs placed in the middle of the screen will be placed in the middle of the screen. This level editor's viewport is a panel where players can navigate the world they will experience the game, placing actors, and more. Basically, there are no major changes from Unreal Engine 4, so those who have worked with Unreal Engine 4 will quickly get used to it. So, let's start by looking at how to navigate and look around a level inside this viewport. The state in which the level in the viewport looks in perspective is called perspective view. In this state, left-clicking and dragging the mouse button left and right rotates the viewport camera left and right, and moving the mouse back and forth moves the viewport camera back and forth. Moving the mouse while right-clicking doesn't move the viewport camera, it just rotates it. Moving the mouse left and right clicks at the same time moves the viewport camera up, down, left, and right. These are the basic methods to look around a level while moving or rotating the viewport camera, but it is quite inconvenient to repeatedly click and drag to look around while moving in the level. An easier way to navigate through the level is to hold the right click and hold down the WSAD key to move it around like an FPS game. You can move the mouse while holding the right click to look in the desired direction and use the WSAD keys to adjust the direction you want to move, making it very easy to navigate inside the level. Additionally, in this state, you can move the viewport camera up and down by pressing the E and Q keys, and press the C and Z keys to zoom in/out the viewport camera. The zoom function with right-clicking returns to its original state the moment you release the right click. And while moving to WSAD while right-clicking, you can also adjust the movement speed of the viewport camera by turning the mouse wheel. However, it would be difficult to directly navigate to an actor that is too far away in the level with these FPS controls. In this case, find the actor you want to view in the outliner panel, select it, double-click or press F, and the viewport camera will quickly focus the selected actor. This way you can move freely around the level. And when you want to take a closer look at a selected point or an actor of interest, hold down Alt and left click and drag to rotate around the focused actor or point, and right click and drag to move the viewport camera back and forth around the focusing point. So far we have learned how to handle the viewport camera in the perspective view state, and now we will learn how to handle the viewport camera in the orthographic view state. An orthographic view is a view that, unlike a perspective view, makes it appear at its true length without distortion with distance. To change from a perspective view to an orthographic view, click the viewport type button that says perspective in the upper left corner of the viewport, and then select one of several visible orthographic views. For now, we'll choose the top view. When you select the top view, the three-dimensional chairs and tables are transformed into lines viewed from above. The reason the chairs and tables look as lines is because the view mode is wireframe. If you want the view to appear as it is in the perspective view, you can change this view mode to lit. So, back to the viewport camera manipulation, left-clicking and dragging in the orthographic view creates a selection box that allows you to select multiple actors at the same time. Also, you can move the viewport camera by right-clicking and dragging with the left and right clicks at the same time will zoom in/out. Additionally, you can measure the length or distance by clicking/dragging the mouse wheel. Here's how to handle the viewport camera. Now that we have learned how to move the camera in the viewport to a desired position, let's see how to manipulate actors such as selecting, moving, rotating, and scaling actors placed in the level through the viewport. First, the actor selection. Selecting actors is very simple. Just click on the actor you want to select. And with one actor selected, you can add to the selected actor by holding down the Control key and clicking on an unselected actor, or if you hold down the Control key and click on the selected actor, you can exclude it from the selected actor. Next up is the transform manipulation. Transform manipulation refers to moving, rotating, or scaling an actor, and the shape of the gizmo changes depending on which tool is active. Buttons to activate each tool are located in the front of the upper right corner. In that order, the Translate tool, the Rotate tool, and the Scale tool. First, let's activate the Translate tool. Click the Translate tool button in the upper right corner to activate the Actor Translate tool. Then, click and select the actor you want to move, and a gizmo in the form of an arrow extending in 3 directions appears. At this time, if you hold and drag the arrows in each direction, you can move the actor in the direction of the corresponding axis, and if you hold and drag the rectangular part between the 2 axes, you can move the actor in the direction of the plane of the 2 axes. When Unreal Engine is launched for the first time, the position snap is stuck, so if you try to move it little by little, it will move in 10 cm increments. For reference, 1 unit of coordinates in Unreal Engine means 1 cm. If you want to move the actor in increments larger or smaller than 10 cm, you can change the snap unit by clicking the Set Position Grid Snap Value button labeled 10 in the upper right corner. If you want to adjust the position completely freely, you can turn off Position Snap by clicking the Position Grid Snap button next to it. Next is the Rotate tool. Activate the Rotate tool to change the shape of the gizmo to a shape that looks like a cube cut out. The Rotate tool allows you to rotate an actor by clicking and dragging the sector of each axis. The Rotation tool, like the Move tool, has the rotation grid set to 10 degrees so that the actor rotates 10 degrees at a time. You can turn snapping off or change the snap angle using the Rotation Grid Snap button. Finally, the Scale tool. When the Scale tool is selected, the shape of the gizmo is similar to the Move tool, but the tip shape changes to a cube instead of an arrow. Grabbing and dragging each axis of the gizmo will cause the actor to resize along the axis. As with the Move tool, holding and dragging between axes will change the size in both axes. And if you look at the center of the Scale tool gizmo, you can see a white cube. If you grab this white cube and drag it, the size will change in all axes. You can use this method when you want to resize the 3D model while preserving the proportions. Scale can also use Grid Snap. In addition, the Move tool, Rotate tool, and Scale tool can be easily switched with a hotkey. The shortcut for the Move tool is W, the Rotate tool is E, and the Scale tool is R. The last viewport manipulation we'll cover is display manipulation. The first is the game mode toggle. In the viewport, in addition to actors such as chairs, tables, and floors, various icons in the shape of marbles, gamepads, and speakers are floating. These actors are environmental elements placed in the world but not visible to the player during the actual game. The game mode hides these environmental element icons and shows a screen close to the actual game screen. You can turn the game mode off and on by pressing the shortcut G. In game mode, as you can see, the icons disappear and only actors with static meshes are visible. The second display control function is the real-time playback function. If you included starter content when creating the project, you can see various particles by going to the Starter Content Particles folder in the Content browser. Among them, let's drag and drop P_fire particles into the level. Then you can see the scene where the shape of the flame burning is constantly changing. If you press the Ctrl R shortcut key, Real Time Off is displayed in the upper left corner, and you can see that the movement of the particles is stopped. In this way, you can turn off the real-time playback function to examine the movement of a moment from multiple angles, or turn off unnecessary real-time rendering to improve performance while working. The last display manipulation feature is the immersive mode. Press F11 hotkey to enter immersive mode with the viewport full screen. With this immersive mode, you can see the details of the level in more detail by looking at the larger screen, or see how the level you created will feel when it is full screen, just like in a real game. And in immersive mode, press F11 again to return to the original level editor. In this video, we learned how to control and view table in the Unreal Engine 5 level editor. This video was produced with the donate and watching of viewers. It was verse game development YouTube. Thank you.